Hey guys, good morning. It's Dawn again, bringing two more dreams to you this morning that Father keeps replaying over in my spirit. Last night I was petitioning him on what to talk to you guys next about, and he's made it abundantly clear that these two I'm about to share that are super duper quick, this is what I'm supposed to talk about. So anyway, okay, the first dream is a prophetic dream, and it's instructional for me as well, but I'm supposed to share this. My first dream is that there was a natural disaster. There was a disaster that I don't know if it was national, I don't know if it was global, but this disaster, whether it affected you directly, whether it affected your community directly, everybody in the nation is supposed to go to their local elementary school to register. To register because of this disaster. So in this dream, my husband and I, dragging our feet, were the last ones, I think the last ones in the community to do this. We go to the elementary school, we walk in, and we go to the table and we register. We give them false names and we give them false occupations. So after we registered, we turned and we looked, and our community, everybody was eating in this cafeteria, in this elementary school cafeteria. Everybody was enjoying the food. They were fellowshipping, having a great time. But everybody this obviously, in my dream, with the way they were dressed, everybody was dressed clean and smart. Everybody was glad to be there. So whatever happened in the disaster, it did not affect our community directly, but we were still called to go register. So apparently what happened was they were offering free meals, free food, whatever, to get people to come in and register. So our community is sitting there in the cafeteria, and they're just laughing, having a great time, and fellowshipping and breaking bread together. And I look around. So we're standing there. My husband and I are seeing this, and I hear they don't have a clue what's going on. They don't have a clue what's going on. Sheep to the slaughter. I'm like, okay, wow. So I look around, and my eyes are taking around the perimeter of the inside of the cafeteria, and there are armed guards. It wasn't like normal soldier people that wear the green fatigues, that it wasn't normal army people, but it was like they were armed guards. They were dressed in black, and they had these big, huge machine-type guns that fire really, really, really fast. I don't speak gun. I don't speak that. I wish I did, but I don't. I got a glue gun. But anyway, so they had these huge, huge guns, and they were all stationed around the perimeter of the cafeteria. And as my husband and I are standing there, and I see these guards, I'm like, okay, what I just heard kind of matches. So all of a sudden, this man stands up in the crowd. He has a heart attack. Now, a little theme here. He has a heart attack, and I go over and I'm doing chest compressions, and I'm trying to restart his heart. Well, the normal EMT people show up to relieve me of doing chest compressions on this guy, and I stood up, and I looked at the closest armed guard next to me where I was doing this, and he had his gun, and he goes like this. I don't know if you can see it, but he takes his gun and motions like, get out. And I'm like, you don't have to tell me twice. I'm out of here. So my husband and I leave. So what I want to share with this is when a natural disaster happens, when this huge disaster happens, and we're all called to go to our local elementary school, petition the Father on what you're supposed to do, but just be warned that it's not what they say is really going on. Okay? It's not what they say is really going on. So just be warned that there are ulterior motives going on when they ask you to go to your local elementary school to register. And especially if they offer you a free meal to come in and just sit and enjoy. I wouldn't go, but that's just me. But take it up with the Father. Okay, the second dream is, sorry, I'm shaking you guys. I keep hitting the table. The second dream, I am briskly walking through a field, trying to get to an intersection of a highway. One highway tees into another one, And I'm trying to get to this busy intersection, and I am just really, really trying to get to this intersection with serious intent. This is my job. I've got to get there. So I get to this intersection, and I put one hand up this way to stop traffic, and I put one hand up that way to stop traffic. And the people in front of me stop, and they're screech, and they're holding over their steering wheels. And the people to the right, they did the same thing. Except the guy on the right, the very first guy, he was stopped. But the guy behind him in this family SUV, he was very, very angry. He was not a happy camper. And so just as I put my hands up and everybody's stopping, all of a sudden out of my mouth comes, "Hear the words of the Lord. Hear the words of the Lord." And just as I said the last D, all of a sudden this shofar blows, this trump. My husband blows a shofar every Friday night for Shabbat. And here's this trump. Ba-ba! And it was just this loud, encompassing shofar blow that it's like you could feel it. It was all over, but it wasn't deafening. I heard the blow. And then all of a sudden, the brightest, whitest light shoots through the clouds. And I look at the people in front of me, and I look at people to the right, and everybody's grabbing their steering wheels and looking up. And except the dude in the second car in the family van behind the first guy over here on this side. And all of a sudden, this bright, bright white, the whitest white light I've never seen, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh my gosh, but you could still look at it. And so this bright white light comes, and all of a sudden, Mr. Angry Man in the SUV puts his car in reverse, backs up, puts it in drive, and he shoots by me. He blows by me as I'm stopping traffic. Just as he blows by me, the clouds part. The clouds part. Here he comes. He's coming. He was on the clouds. This guy was so busy with where he had to go and what he had to do. He saw it. When I saw him drive by, he was looking up, but he was still on his phone, and he's shooting past me. So here, the dream with this was more an instructional dream for me as well. But the dream, what it means for everybody else is, and there seems to be a going theme, if you've noticed, is don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. The dream of this is don't be that guy in the SUV. Don't be that guy. There will be people when the Father's people will be trying to get their attention to turn to Him, and the trump will blow. People won't pay attention. The whitest light in creation will shine, and it will not faze them. And the clouds will even part, and they will still be angry and running and going on their way. So I'm just encouraging you, don't be that guy. So anyway, okay, so those are the two dreams. They're really quick. They're really short. And so let me bless you real quick. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you. May He lift up His countenance to you and be gracious unto you and give you His shalom. And just remember, it is the glory of God. It is the glory of Yehovah to conceal a matter, and it's the honor of kings to search it out. Are you going to be a king? Or are you going to be that dude in the SUV? I would suggest be a king, because there is a glorious place waiting for you in heaven. There's a glorious place waiting. You were given an assignment before you came. You have a job to fulfill it. You have a job to seek Him. And then you have a job to go home. So anyway, consider yourself loved. Consider yourself warned about the elementary schools. And if something happens that there's an ulterior motive, it's not what they're saying it is. And the other one is, don't be that guy. So anyway, guys, love you guys. Have a glorious day in this beautiful weather here in Texas. Have a glorious day seeking and abiding. Consider yourself loved, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon out of obedience. Bye, y'all.